And happy Tuesday, right?
Yes, happy Tuesday.
And we are starting off with, we are the coffee queens. We got matching cups. And
it's
we are
such good
drinking
coffee, too.
chocolate peppermint, right? Or,
Yes.
well, hang on, I think it's called mocha peppermint.
Oh,
Let me
see,
get it
mocha's
right.
my favorite.
Yeah, there you go. Well, aim to please over here. Getting us all caffeinated this morning. And let's thank our sponsors over there, Jamie.
Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Purley Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting.
Yay, thank you to our great sponsors. We got a big morning ahead of us. We got a lot of ground to cover, Jamie. But towards the end of the program, we are going to have our own famous John Barry with us. And he's doing some Christmas specials. So we're, 'tis the season, right?
It is. And, you know, it's going to be next week.
I'll
be here next
I
week.
know. You got me nervous. Over here.
We need to do all that pre-planning stuff.
I'm over here shaking. I'm like, what? I'm not ready.
Me
Talking
neither.
about the production, right? Yeah. But I'm not even mad. I've seen a lot of people, you know, we're going to be starting our Christmas music shortly here on WSLM. We did start it last year earlier, but, you know, I heard a lot of people like, why? You know, but I love Thanksgiving, and that's not taking away. But
I love Thanksgiving, too. I mean, I just love food.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're foodies, and that's okay.
Right. But but then I'm not even, I've seen a lot of people already decorating.
Yes.
Seen a lot of houses already with the Christmas lights on. I'm not even mad. I love that.
I know. You know, I'm not mad about it either. I love the Christmas glow.
Yeah.
Even if it is a little early.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
And that's an awful lot of work to
Yeah.
put up just to turn around and take back down. So you do
Absolutely.
you guys. If
Right.
you want to leave it up a little longer, go for it.
I agree. You do what makes you happy. for sure.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, so anyway, so we will be starting Christmas music before too long here on WSLM. So I'm ready for it. I'm chomping at the bits. I heard someone say the other day that they that their daughter borrowed their car. And the next morning, whenever they came in, there was Christmas music on there. I was like, yeah. Somebody knows. I love that. All right, we are on to the, we're moving right along here, already on to the 12th day of November. The Salem Lady Lions will be at Crawford County, and Brock and Kelsey Dawson will be doing that game, which they do a fantastic job. They're a couple we like. Couples that broadcast together stay together, right?
Right? I love that.
Yeah, they complement each other. They do a great job. And so it's exciting for sure, especially, you know, the basketball, we transitioned into football, right on into basketball. There wasn't even hardly a beat in between. You know?
Right.
And we know basketball season is a long season. It's an exciting season, but anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Veterans Day programs yesterday. Oh my goodness. Jamie, the elementary school did a fantastic job.
Oh, I seen that. And,
Oh,
you know, I would have
poor
loved to
Soda.
have went.
Yeah.
They're just so daggone cute.
Oh, my
They're
goodness.
adorable.
I love it. Loved it. Great program. And exactly at the same time of the start of that, they were dedicating the bridge right here in Salem on Main Street.
Yes, I
Hats
see
off to that, and dedicating that to the veterans.
Yes.
And I said it's, you know, we've had that bridge for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't even think that it hadn't been named, you know what I mean, or hadn't been
Right.
dedicated.
Right.
So how apropos, I thought that was so appropriate for
Very,
that.
very much.
Yeah.
You know, and I love the fact that the kids just went through voting
Yeah.
and learning all of that and then straight into veterans. Like, I love that.
I
That's
do too.
great. That's fantastic
These
that
are
it was
life
followed
lessons.
up. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They should know the importance of both.
Right, that's exactly right. So I thought that was awesome. And then at 11 a.m., we went up to the courthouse and did the ceremony, which a lot of the students from Salem came up and helped out with that. So see, it's like, this is like fantastic.
Right.
And
Little
then,
future politicians out there.
I love that. There we go. And Dusty Baker, she did the speaking, and she is just, oh my goodness, you talk about a woman, I mean, trying to follow that. You know what I mean? I would not want to speak after her. She is a tough act to follow. I mean, just amazing. And she was in the Marine Corps, which, you know,
Oh, wow.
yeah, and just her what all she's done, and I don't want just that speech, and it was videoed, so you can go back and watch my video of it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, and I encourage anyone to, because she was just so awesome. I wish she would have just kept speaking. It was a little chilly,
Right.
but you know what? I could have just kept listening to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And
you know, some people are just great speakers regardless of what they're speaking about, even.
Right.
You know, they're just,
yeah,
you enjoy listening.
for sure. And, you know, whenever the elementary school, you know, they did the different branches of service, you know, and when they, you know, my dad was a Marine, and a lot of mornings you'd hear him, you know, he was a morning lark, you know, he loved mornings.
Yeah.
And you'd hear him, you know, shaving, or, you know, and he'd be, you know, from the halls of, you know, you'd hear him doing that. So when they did that, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Right.
You know, yeah, you can't help it.
Touches the heart.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. So, anyway.
I mean, my papaws were in the military. I have a grandmother who was in the military.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for that generation. You don't hear that very often.
No, I love that.
So kudos to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of my family is military, my uncles, and yeah.
Right.
So.
And, you know, and just a little segue, you know, at Meadowview Healthcare Center, you've got the VA contract.
Yes.
And I love that so much that it's here in our community.
I do too,
What a
because, you know, there's veterans, to me, should have a lot more resources. They just deserve a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that our community does have something in place for those veterans. So.
I think children and veterans, our community has covered. I think we're very good about that.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love the fact that when something happens in our community, we all very much pull together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like our benefit ride this past weekend was fantastic.
Yes. Was it wonderful?
It was, yes. But, you know, our community is no stranger to that, and I love that about this place.
I do too. And of course, that was also, the proceeds went to Scott, which is his family.
Mm-hmm. For his scholarship fund.
Love that.
So yes,
that.
yeah.
What a blessing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, it's good to hear, and appreciate the updates on that for sure. All right, we're on to the 12th day of November. Today is chicken soup for the soul day. I love chicken soup. Do you?
I do too. Yes.
You make it homemade?
I do. Yeah. Quite often, actually, my son requests that. That's one of his favorites.
I would be so happy this time of year.
Yeah.
Getting that good broth, you know, in their bodies,
Yes.
and you know what I mean.
Comfort food warms up your body.
Yeah, it just seems like in chicken broth, you know. I know, like, you know, like when you're sick, everybody, chicken broth. But I think like you know, kind of being ahead of the game, you know, to start getting that broth and good stuff, you know.
Proactive instead of reactive.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's made it a lot easier to do chicken noodle soup whenever they have those rotisserie chickens.
I tell you, yeah.
Those are like a game changer. You can get those in your chicken and use that.
I do quite often. I tell you, it just speeds up that process.
I know.
Still tastes homemade. It's still
it
legit.
Is. If you made it in your kitchen, Brad and I say it's homemade. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean?
If you use the spoon, it's homemade.
This is Totino's pizza, and you and you put it in your oven. I made this homemade.
Absolutely.
And I help.
Yes.
Yeah. So
regardless, Jackson's going to help eat it. So you know, teenage boys.
I'm sure there's not. I bet he can clear it. Yeah.
Oh, hollow leg. Like, and he's so daggone skinny. Like where he puts it. I'll never know.
I know. No.
It'd be great to have that metabolism, you know.
Absolutely. Chicken noodle soup for the soul day. Love that. This is, let's see here. Fancy rat and mouse day. Have you ever had a rat or a mouse as a pet?
That's a big negative, but you know, we watch Ratatouille sometimes.
Yes.
We'll watch the movie. That's okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's as far as I get too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. I just can't do it. I know I've heard, and I'm not judging anybody. If you can do it, good for you. You know, everybody to each their own. But that's just not something.
Yeah. You know, we like little creatures at our house, our dogs and cats, and we've had bearded dragons and like all these little weird things too. But like I wasn't a fan of that either. You know.
Don't they, like, when they get nervous, don't they like blow up or do something?
Yeah, like it reminds me of like Jurassic Park where their thing comes out. Yeah.
It was that at you?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm not touching them. I'm not cleaning out the cage. That's what I told Lily
going
beforehand.
To a hotel.
Yeah.
Okay, honey, this is your.
Yeah, that's pretty much. She
not
told me
sleeping with that thing in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
You think in the middle of the night if you woke up, you know.
Right. It's like sitting there all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Negative.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Me too. National Happy Hour. day. I'm sure it's happy hour somewhere, right?
It is. It's 5 o'clock
California. Well, no, I don't remember how California is. Remember, it's like maybe like 4 in the morning, maybe. So happy hour. I don't know.
Something.
California's
I
different.
say the heck with it. Create your own happy hour.
There you go.
You know?
Be happy.
What is it? Taco Bell's like from noon to 4.
Maybe so.
It's happy hour where you can get like a free slushy thing or something.
I love that. National French Dip Day. Oh, I love a good French dip.
I do too. Yes.
Here, let me see if I can say it right. The au jus
Au
sauce.
jus.
Yeah. Sauce. I used to say just Jesus soup or sauce, you know. Jesus.
I like that better.
Yeah. Well, especially if you like, or you know, it's one of those words that like before you say it, you have to think, make sure, you know what I mean, go over in your head. You know what I mean?
Very
it's like
much.
Cinnamon and
yeah.
Min.
I know people who still cannot say that right. It's like
It's okay. I don't judge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Throw in some extra M's and N's.
I know,
It's all right.
yeah, we're having fun with it, right?
Exactly.
But the au jus sauce, yeah. Oh, with the French dip, yeah, that's good.
Super good, yes.
Oh, here, National Pizza with the Works, except Anchovies Day. Okay, I can do it.
I could get on board with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No little
I don't
fish,
think
though.
I've met a pizza I didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, now if they threw anchovies on it, I probably wouldn't like it.
I couldn't do that either. No, I couldn't do that. Yeah. I think of that scene from Friends whenever Rachel and Ross were fighting and he said no anchovies and she said I need extra anchovies. She was ordering it and she was like, could you cut them up? So she wanted to make sure he couldn't take them off.
Oh gosh.
I know. Yeah. But
we couldn't be friends.
No.
We would be on a break.
Yeah, that would be. Were they on a break? How did you feel?
Right.
What do you? Jamie, this is something new in our friendship, you and I.
Right.
Anyway, Papa John's make me up a big old Works pizza. It would be wonderful. Yeah. Mama Rosa's make me up one, either one.
Lord, yes.
One in each hand. I'm okay. You know.
Yep. Mama Rosa's is so good. You know.
It's just
They're on their own little level over there.
Yeah. For sure. National Young Readers Day. I love that. Getting youngsters to read.
Absolutely.
I think they encourage that. I think they've found that read what you're interested in. You know what I mean? And you find something. I think I've told this years ago, but I went to the school and it was I think I was going to eat lunch with one of my daughters. I'm not going to name her name, but in her classroom, it was so funny because they had so much time to read. You know, they could pull out whatever they wanted to read. And I remember one little girl pulled out a Glamour magazine. Either that or 17, one of those magazines, a teenager. And I thought, hey, to each their own. At least she's reading, right? You know what I mean? She's probably reading some good stories.
Maybe learning a few things.
Maybe,
mature.
Sure. Exactly, but at least she's reading. So National Young Readers Day, World Pneumonia Day. Ooh, hate that. Yeah. I hate that. And it's crazy how you can have pneumonia and not even know it.
Yeah.
I mean,
'tis the season for that as well. Wash your hands, you guys.
Yes. And if you're sick, stay home. These are reminders we have to go back over, right?
Absolutely.
I think
we've touched on this before.
I think we just need a button.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. Stay home when you're sick, right?
Right.
Or cough in your elbow.
Exactly. Sneeze into your elbow. Yes.
Yeah. So World Pneumonia Day. So those are some history days for the month, and onward how we go. It's crazy how this month has already gone by so fast, don't you feel?
Yes, like I said, Christmas is next week. Yeah, it's just insane.
Jamie, we're going to have to change your vocabulary on that, because every time you say it, I get nervous.
Make sure it's giving me.
Yeah, because everything's run so fast, and just like, when you say that, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it really does. Just everything, you know, and it's funny because I've noticed that the older that I get, the faster everything goes. You know, the faster the months fly by.
So true, yeah.
I heard a thing the other day. What was it? The days are long, but the years are short.
I agree.
It's so very true.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and and then this time change, was adjusting. Yeah. We're still in this adjusting period.
Yes.
I give us grace. I'm giving myself grace on that, and then also, getting adjusted to the weather. We're getting a little cooler. Yeah, so
I've noticed I go to bed a little earlier though, so that's probably good for me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because it's like it gets dark early, and I'm like, oh, it must be bedtime.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Buddy's like, yeah, it's time to go out. Well, I think the thing that, we talk about this all the time, that like on health, you can eat all the greens, you can, get your exercise, do everything you do, but something that we really put on the back burner is sleep.
Absolutely.
And I'm guilty.
Important.
This is, I'm just as guilty of doing that.
Oh, me too. And, there's never enough hours in the day.
No.
So, you stay up, and then after you get all your stuff done, if you get all your stuff done, then you just need time to just unwind and relax and just chill out. And then before you know it, it's midnight, and you're like, oh, I gotta be up in 6 hours. And
that's right. We just started the day.
Yeah, there goes my goal for extra sleep today.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I always think, well, maybe tomorrow I'll hit it,
Same, and that never happens. But, with this time change, it's definitely more doable, I guess.
For sure. All right. Well, some things that we are waiting for John Barry. He'll be calling a little bit later. But we got some things to cover here. What's popular right now that you have zero interest in? Okay. Oh. Is there anything you can think of that is popular now that you really don't care about?
The shortage of words.
Wait. Do tell. Wait, hold on. What? Okay, hang on.
Like the lingo that the teenagers are using. I'm like, what does that even mean? What?
When they send you a text and it's like,
And I look stupid, feel stupid. You know, I gotta go and Google what is this? How to communicate with teenagers these days. Lord, just say the daggone word, okay?
Yeah, I know.
It is really not going to take up that much more of your day to just use the word.
Yes. And just okay, I get K.
Yeah.
And I'm like, K, don't send me a K. You know what I mean? No. You know what I mean?
I know so many people that K just drives them over the edge.
Right?
Just don't send anything.
They just, you know what I mean? Or send a thumbs up or something, you know what I mean? But K, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
When did that ever become, right?
Yeah, when was that acceptable?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's, I think anything goes on texting like that, I think, Well, that was a good one. You did good on that. Things that you just said zero. I love that. That's good. Very good. All right, well, here's what's popular now. Okay. All right, here's the full story. It's not impossible to jump on every popular trend, okay? It's okay to realize that something is becoming a big deal and think, but not for me, dog.
Not for me, bro.
Not for me, bro. Not for me, dog. I wish I could have said that to you.
Right.
You should have said that when I handed your coffee. Not for me, dog.
Yeah. That's cool, dog. I'm good.
You got to do that to someone today.
I will.
Okay. Krista.
Yeah. Hey, dog, you want that report today? She's going to love it.
I love that so much. Yeah, that's got to be in my vocabulary today. Okay. Someone asked the internet what's popular right now that you have zero interest in. And these are some fun responses, okay? All right. Number 1, the endless cycle of reboots and remakes. Oh, I agree. Yes. Because some things just they're making the movies, make something new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes the original, you just can't beat it.
No, you cannot. Yeah. There are definitely ones I could just think of right off the top of my head that I'm like, that one definitely, they shouldn't have remade that.
They shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Just leave it
leave
where
a good
it's
thing.
at.
Yeah, just leave the good things alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I completely on that. Yeah, so I think that's true. Some of the remakes and stuff, I don't think it's not necessary.
Yeah.
They did that with I went blank. John Wayne. They did that. I went blank. Has the girl in it. True Grit. They did it. They remade that.
Yeah.
You don't touch John Wayne.
No, you can't beat a classic.
No. I did see it just because I had to watch for curiosity. But you just don't do it. So anyway, I agree. Sometimes leave things alone. Okay, not gonna make it any better. I'm getting all kinds of calls or texts about that. Yes, people agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, AI generated influencers content or AI anything or influencer anything. It can be good.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing I'm at. Like when you're watching something and they take it and they make it and it looks so real. And that's what I feel like you have to be so responsible, because then you get into fake news, fake things, and people aren't really saying this stuff, but they're making it look like they are.
Right.
Or doing something,
Absolutely. And just like she was talking the other day about the voter registry, and there's just so much fake out there, and whenever it's AI, and kids, I think, have a hard time deciphering between legit and not.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel like that AI generated stuff is very helpful for them.
I agree.
I think they fall into that, believe anything as long, hey, if it's on TikTok,
right,
it for sure happened.
I know, and that's not true,
right?
And especially when you go back and you fact checked everything, and it's just not.
Yeah.
That kind of burns me. Why do that? Why waste? Okay, whoever's making this, you're wasting a lot of time and effort,
resources,
and you're making fake news that things are not real.
Right.
So I have trouble with that too. I kind of not really crazy about that. Let's see here. Sports betting. That's gone on for years, so I don't know why. I don't know that it's why it would be popular right now. I think that's gone on for
Yeah.
But I guess I kind of care less about that. I have zero interest in it. I'm too tight with my money.
Right. Yeah. I worked hard for that. I think I'll just keep it.
I work way too hard for that. It ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry.
And I feel that way on any kind of betting. I don't really much do casino. I mean, if I go to the casino, I'm more of a people watcher, right?
Oh, yeah.
You'll see some characters in a casino.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, she loves to gamble. So I'll go with her.
Yeah.
And she gambles and I people watch, But I just work too hard for my money to just give it away. I mean,
exactly.
I'd rather shop or,
There's so many shoes out there we have.
So many shoes that are not in my closet that could be, okay?
Need to be, right. Well, it's funny because I've been to Vegas 3 times and I've never once bet. I've never once spent money on gambling.
See, I feel like there's just...
And I have no... And I'm not mad. I'm happy about...
Right.
No, I just,
You don't walk away irritated.
Oh, which I would be very irritated.
Yes.
If the house won or whatever, Oh.
And they always win at the end.
Yeah. I'm just not that person.
No, me neither. But I feel like, even though I'm not a gambler, I would enjoy Vegas just because there's so many other things to do.
Absolutely. Like you said, there's so many people watching the people.
Oh, Lord, yes.
It was so funny this last time to watch all the brides going through. Oh, it's hilarious.
I bet.
I mean, And they're just right there in their wedding dresses, just bouncing around.
Right.
Most of them look gorgeous. They're beautiful.
Right.
And, and I'm just thinking, they're in a casino walking around with their wedding dress,
Right. Hey, they get to wear it one time. They're going to do it all up. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I did love that. But, I enjoy the people. I'm with you on that. Yeah. And there's a lot to see and stuff, Of course, we went this last time for the Eagles, which was
awesome.
Beyond. So, I was already, you have those moments, nothing can get better than that. We're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I seen Joe Walsh a few years ago with Tom Petty, and oh gosh, it was just...
He's just hilarious.
Awesome.
I love
awesome.
him. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, I would recommend that to anybody.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, so sports betting, good for you, those that do that. Streamer. Okay. All right, number 5, Stanley Cups. The drinking cups, not the NHL championship. Stanley Cups. Oh, okay. The drinking cups, Stanley Cups. These are actually what's popular right now, but you have zero interest in. Stanley Cups. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. I have one. My daughter got me one. I would have never bought it. Right? Do you have one?
No, not a Stanley. Now I have like the aluminum whatever cups, the knockoff brand. Yeah, I'm just not gonna spend that on a cup.
No.
It's just not what I'm gonna do.
Right.
I'll buy a pair of shoes instead. Thank you.
We're gonna wear this. Yeah,
right.
Me too. Well, it's funny because I did buy one years ago, a Stanley, at Walmart for a friend. Okay, so, and that was before they went. That was before country was cool.
Right. Yes.
You know what I mean? And then it's just taken off these Stanley Cups, Yeah. And it's amazing what people pay for them. So I'm not going to do that. But, this is what's funny. This is what got my daughter so tickled. So she got me a Stanley Cup, okay? So I take my coffee in it, and I pour my coffee into my coffee cup from the Stanley.
Yeah.
She's like, you can drink from that. And I'm like, I know, but I prefer it in a coffee. I like a coffee cup.
Yeah.
And
I love my coffee mugs.
I know.
I really do.
Yeah, the mug. I should say, the mug.
Yeah.
And I love that. And so that really, they were like, so I realized how uncool I was when I was pouring my Stanley. But Stanley was keeping it warm for me.
Oh, yes, absolutely. They're great about that.
Yeah. He was doing his part. He was keeping it warm for me. But I took from him to put in my cup. So, yeah.
I'm the only person in my house that drinks coffee, but there's like a plethora of mugs in my cabinet. Like, I never realized that I was like a mug collector.
Yeah.
But apparently I am. So.
Well, and I have a lot that are sent to me, like different,
Yeah.
And those are all treasures.
Absolutely.
So I have an abundance, Yeah, I have an abundance
Same.
of coffee. Yeah.
But I love them.
I
All
do
of
too.
them.
I
I love them all.
Good morning. I
Right.
say to them every morning. I have mine displayed. I'm like, good morning, troops. Here we go. We're going to start the
Time
morning
to
off.
start another
That's
day.
right. You guys are looking good today.
Right.
Which one was the chosen one?
Right.
It's like the claw, remember?
Yes, they're
the
like,
claw,
pick me.
The claw. Which one have we chosen today?
Right.
Lately, I've been getting the Dolly Parton cup of ambition. Let me tell you, I need a lot of that.
Right.
Pour myself a cup of ambition.
Absolutely. She does a reading program
Yeah,
for
she sure
kids.
does,
I
yeah.
love that about her.
Yeah, she's
Love that,
fantastic.
yeah.
Okay, number 6, fillers, Botox, and plastic surgery. To each their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not me, but,
Those
good for you if
yeah.
you do. But yeah, like, I'm one of those, like, if anything can go wrong, it's going
Gonna
to.
go
So,
wrong.
like, my cheek would be up here and, like, my lips fall down
You see
here.
those
Like,
stories,
yeah.
oh my goodness, yeah.
I'd be one of them stories I'm just not brave enough to try.
Right, yeah. Too scared of needles too. I am.
Yeah.
I do give blood, and
Right.
I every time the needle, when it comes to the needle part, I'm like, okay, you got this.
Right. You can do this.
I do pray. And then I make a big deal, and then usually it's over with. And they're
Right.
like, we're in. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know. It's okay. Then I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just have that moment.
Oh.
Let me get over it. Okay, number 7, YouTubers. Yeah, whatever. This is different. Number 8, broccoli haircuts.
That's a new one.
Okay, don't know. Okay, number 9, Cybertrucks. Oh, I've seen those. Cybertrucks, yeah, I've seen those, yeah. Okay, number 10, pickleball.
Yeah.
A lot of have targeted this, you know what I mean? And so it's one of those things that a lot of people play. It was funny because for years, with the Indiana Broadcasters Association, we go to DC, and there's a gentleman that would always, for years, talk about pickleball, and I was like, what in the world is this? You know what I mean? And it took forever, and I was like, what in the world? Oh, we love to play pickleball. We love to play pickleball. And I'm like, what in the world? So I had to Google it, and then I'm like, that's different. And then now we have it here. You know, so
the Midwest, it always takes us a minute to catch up.
Okay. Yes. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? It's all right. Yeah. Number 11, vaping. Oh, it makes me, I get so upset about it because I feel like it targets children, and then they're not honest about it, Jamie, and that's where I get a little bit very upset about it. You know what I mean? So
I feel like it's this generation's version of crack. Like if you've ever seen a vapor lose their vape, they trust nobody in the room. It's like everybody stand up, empty your pockets, like right now, like they like sleep with it in their hands. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean,
and I get, and I don't want to be disrespectful for those that are like hooked on it or whatever, because I and I'm not trying to judge. I think the part that I was at was the way they brought them out and advertised them, Jamie. They did target the youth with the flavors.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
And the different flavors and stuff like that, and and then they were not honest about what was actually the chemicals that were in that.
Right.
And this is not harmful, you know what
I mean?
Right.
I even had a physician tell me one time, like, oh, you should switch to vaping, and it's so much safer than smoking cigarettes. And I'm like, yeah, well, but do you really know that? Like, they just came out. You really don't know what this, and now it's like popcorn lung and all these things that come, and I'm like, oh yeah. so much safer.
Well, you know, and you know, I take it like this because I'm, you know, as a mom, and you too, you know, when I was expecting, you know, pregnant with my girls, I did everything healthy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like making sure, and then to make sure that, or, you know, do my best to make sure that that our babies were healthy, right?
Right.
And then when they grow up, you want them to take care of their bodies.
Right.
You grew
You
this
worked
body.
really hard
I
for
worked
that.
really hard to make these bodies good. I know it's a weird lookout, but that's the way I look out.
it's so
I do.
true. It's
So
so true.
please take care of these bodies because, you know what I mean? I did, you know, I made those, I created those, and I worked. Of course, I know God actually did it,
Right.
but I, you know, but He, you know,
But you helped.
I helped. I was a small part of it,
Right.
but I was a vessel.
Right.
The vessel took care of herself, you know. I know it's a weird. I know.
Yeah, so that's definitely a fad I cannot get on board with. You know, not to call out my sister, but like, she's not a smoker, never been a smoker ever, and she's jumped on the vape scene. Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
For 20 some odd years, you never ever inhaled anything into your body, and now all of a sudden you're over there smoking cheesecake. Like, what the heck?
Well, and they do. No, they do. They have the different flavors like that. Yeah, they have
yeah.
the different flavors, and then I've seen like been at adults, you know, like adult meetings or maybe, you know, even celebrations or stuff, and I've seen adults doing it, you know.
Yeah.
And but again, not judging, to each their own. You know what I mean? I'm over here with my coffee,
Right.
chugging that. You know what I mean? Back up
Right.
on the caffeine, Becky, and then I go further. So I'm not.
Right.
I don't want to. I'm not. We're just explaining. We're not complaining.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, just my thought process on it.
Yeah. Number 12, politics as your personality. It made sense because we just had an election year, but it could include anyone who spends all their time sharing and reacting to political memes and social media posts. So I guess, like, if politics is all you do, I guess, like, sharing everything, you know.
Yeah, I've seen an awful lot of people stop speaking to their loved ones or good friends over this political. Like, come on, guys. We can all have different opinions. It takes all kinds of kinds to make the world go round. You can agree to disagree.
I agree. Number 13, celebrity brands. I'm not falling into that. Too much, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Kombucha. Have you ever had it?
What is it?
Kombucha. It's
No.
the drink. Oh, yeah, now I've had that. Am I saying it right? Kombucha. Yeah, I think I'm saying it. Kombucha, yeah.
Oh, is it like the tea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's got like the mother in it, you know.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's good. It's got a different.
Yeah.
Okay. Ozempic. These are things that people are that's popular right now that we have zero interest in that. We watched something the other day and it was talking about, it was not Ozempic, it was a different something, and on the bottom of it, it said, we do not exactly know what this will do.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
love that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's all great, get on that. It was something, it was an advertisement.
Right.
But I mean, to have that on the bottom, we do not know exactly what this will do. Would that not, I mean, where are we in this world?
Right?
I mean, would that not be concerning?
I mean, I would think so, because, you know,
We
here
actually
in
had
20
that-
years, what is there going to be a mass lawsuit? Like, if you have tried this baby powder, make sure that you call blah, blah, blah. I mean,
Yeah,
really.
Right, exactly. So I had to screenshot that, because I'm like, I had to make sure that I saw that.
Saw it, right?
Did I
blow
see
it up?
I'm like, who are we? Where are we, people? You know what I mean? You know? Okay.
Yeah.
Number
Make it
7.
make sense.
I know. Make it make sense, please. Okay, number 17, adult coloring books. Oh, I like any
that.
coloring book. Yeah,
Yeah.
coloring's fun.
I'm on board with that.
I think sometimes the adult coloring books are very hard. We have one.
Yeah.
We have one that some people sent me, several of them, and they're little bitty, like some of the little things, you know. Like,
right. I'm an adult, but I'm at that point of adulthood where like the eyes are starting to fail a touch, so they don't need to be real small.
Exactly. Is that a 3 or an 8?
Right? Like I have to sometimes take pictures of labels on the back of it just to like so I can blow it up and actually read it. Like that's where I'm at.
No, I'm there with
even
you.
with glasses.
Yeah.
Like this is sad.
I know. Adult coloring books, they're good though. Number 18, but I'm not going out and buying them. You know what I mean?
No.
I'll go buy what is it, a Bluey or a Paw Patrol.
Right.
They're all fun. Let's see here, number 18. And someone said, pouring beer down my pants. This is things that are popular right now that you have zero interest in.
I could say I would have zero interest in that.
I don't think I have any interest. I would be.
Thanks for asking.
I would not be happy. You know, you watch the NFL and and even like the broadcasters, the sports broadcasters go down to interview them. They'll get the Gatorade sometimes on them. If you watch, I would not.
But you expect that.
Yeah, I would be prepared and I would laugh. You know what I mean? Yeah, but somebody better have me a towel somewhere. There better be.
Could you imagine if they were like, "Oh, look, it's Becky White, WSLM. Let's go pour beer on her." Like, what the heck?
Please don't.
Right? Yeah.
Unless you have a big towel.
Let's not make that a thing, y'all.
You have a warm towel coming somewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess those are a little bit of food for thought. Okay, are Americans over holiday gatherings? Oh, what do you think, Jamie?
I would say that some are.
Okay.
I love family gatherings, friend gatherings. But I think that, some people probably do go a bit overboard.
Yeah.
Like there's all these new, like fads, I guess you'd say. Like there's a bridal shower. There's there's all these new things, gender reveals, like
push gift.
Yeah.
I told my husband, I was like, you missed my push gift.
Right.
Why didn't I get a push gift?
Right. Hey, you've missed several. Okay?
I know. I need some push gifts.
Right. Yes.
I mean, right? Yeah.
I mean, there is literally a celebration for freaking everything.
I know.
I'm like,
I know.
You
There's a
can't
card
make them
for
all.
it, too.
Yes.
And there's a card. They make cards for it.
Yeah. Like those I can't jump on board with all of those, but yeah.
So, okay, well, the holidays are just around the corner, which is really exciting for people who love social gatherings. Of course, there are also people who secretly hoping that there is another pandemic or something, so they can just stay home and watch TV and drink their own booze on their own couch. That's funny, and not funny as in ha ha, but funny as in So I don't think in any shape or form that we would need another pandemic. You know what I mean? That was just a lot of But according to a new survey, Americans may be getting tired of holiday gatherings. The average person is planning to attend 3 big social events this year, which is down from 5 last year.
Like we were talking the other day, moms of small children, I mean, they're jumping from one gathering to the next gathering to the next. So I could definitely see how those ladies are just over it. I could definitely see that, and I think men in general tend to be like, another one.
Totally, absolutely, they're completely, I'm going to be honest, I don't mind. You know what I mean? I kind of like it. It's kind of fun, but I think it gets kind of a lot whenever you're going like a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, just trying to,
make them all.
Yes, and trying to figure out what to wear, right? That's the big thing. What do I wear?
Yes.
I have nothing to wear.
Exactly. Closet full of clothes. That's it. I'm not going. It's like the Grinch.
The Grinch, I was going to say.
Max.
That's right. I can't possibly keep canceling on myself.
Right, yes. That's it. I'm not going.
I love that. And he's like, he bears his back up.
Yes.
Love that.
Oh, that makes me want to go home and watch that.
Me too. Okay, so it looks like they're down 5. If you have 5 to go to, that yeah.
It can be.
I saw that though. I'm doing commercials, but where that lady was like, I've got 5 events. I need 5 outfits for the holidays, and they were like, you got 5 parties to go to? And she said, yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. But I'm a firm believer that if you get an outfit and you love it, and it's something that you treasure, which is important, to you, then if there's not an event, you make an event. So,
yeah.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yep.
You make an event, okay?
Sure. You have to have somewhere to go to wear that. Yeah.
You make that event happen. Most people are still planning on Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, but fewer people are doing get-togethers for Friendsgiving and New Year's Eve. I do think Friendsgiving is awesome, though.
Yeah.
Okay, and New Year's Eve celebration. But then I like a good calm, sometimes New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes less is more.
Last glow of your Christmas lights and
just kind of a calm, yeah.
Yeah, because the holidays are busy and it's like the calm after the storm.
Right,
I can see that, yeah.
So I think that it just depends on, and I think every year is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some years maybe you're a little bit more, maybe social or go hit everything. Other years maybe less is more. Maybe less. It could be a little bit better. Also, it depends on your stress level and what you're going. What's going on.
Yeah, what your dynamics are.
Yeah.
I love the idea of a Friendsgiving, because a lot of times you just don't know what somebody else is going through, or the people that they have, or maybe they didn't have a family Thanksgiving.
Right.
So that gives them an opportunity to share that with people that they love. Sometimes your family.
Right.
Or your friends.
Right. No, and and we talk about this every year. Holidays are not always happy for people.
Yeah.
I know, I've had some where I've had to adjust.
Yes.
Where you have these traditions and you do these things and that person is no longer with you. You have to adjust. So just remember that. I think we have John Barry. Let's jump in and see. Good morning, John Barry.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you? Good morning.
I'm so good I can hardly believe it's me.
I love that. Well, John, this is Becky, of course. Also, I have in the studio with me Jamie, my co-host, and we are excited. So, John, tell us where you're at right now.
I'm at home in Gallatin, Tennessee.
Yay! And I'm sure it's a beautiful morning there, right?
It's pretty gorgeous, yeah.
Yes. Well, what we're talking about is you've got some big Christmas specials coming up, which we're chomping at the bit. And I do want to say on a personal note, last time I came, I got a sweatshirt. And I wear that sweatshirt it's my favorite. I wear it all the time.
I'll tell my wife, Robin, she's the one who designs all that stuff.
Please share with her, yes, that I love that, and she did a fantastic job, and I always get compliments on it, and I wear it all the time. Yeah, so whenever it comes clean, it's on. So I love it. John, let's talk about, first of all, what does Christmas mean to you, and why Christmas specials?
Well, Christmas for me is of course, there's the aspect of gifts and sharing and caring for each other and all that, but the whole purpose for Christmas for me is celebrating the fact that Jesus came and the birth of Christ and that he came to live on this earth for 33 years and die on the cross and was buried and resurrected and is coming back again one day. That's my Christmas.
I love that. Absolutely. And has your faith always been so strong? Because you've had quite a career.
Yeah, I've had some moments for sure, no doubt. But I was brought up in a wonderful Christian home with wonderful Christian parents, and I came to faith at a young age, and I had my trials as a youngster and as a young man, but God never gave up on me. So.
I love that. And of course, he gave you a very special gift, the gift of song, music.
Well, I love getting to sing. I always have. As a kid, I loved music like crazy, and I started playing guitar when I was 12, and then I actually went to elementary school with all the same kids and started high school with all the same kids, and that's when I started playing guitar right before I started high school, and over Thanksgiving break, the day before Thanksgiving break, I left school and said goodbye to my friends and said, have a great Thanksgiving, see you next week. And little did I know that weekend we were moving. And so we moved and I changed schools. And I never saw those kids again.
Oh, wow.
So I went from knowing everybody in school to knowing nobody in school. And my guitar became my best friend. And it became my security blanket, actually. And but it ended up being a great move because I made lifelong friends at that new high school. It took a while, but and great musician friends, and still in contact with them today after all these years. And it was a great move. My dad he knew how much I love music, and he actually helped me build a little recording studio in the basement of my house, of my folks' house, and that's where I cut my first couple of records, actually.
Wow, that's pretty cool, pretty cool. And I love the story. I hope that, is encouraging. Sometimes life kind of, it doesn't go as expected, but, the I want to say the show still goes on. You still go on, and we just talked about how things sometimes, even in the holidays are different for everybody, and, in different years, and sometimes there are adjusting periods. And, it's not always, just trying to figure out how to go on with something, a change.
Yeah, holidays can be tough for a lot of people, and but it takes an open heart to sometimes adjust to that change. And I've got a friend who's going to have a difficult season. He lost his spouse, and this will be his first holiday season without her, and he's going to have to adjust to that. And I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be tough. And
absolutely, yeah.
But like you say, it keeps going. It keeps marching. Time marches on.
Absolutely, and that's exactly right. And that's very encouraging, and to let people know that no one's alone. That that we all are going through trials too. And I think even celebrities, as we all have our crosses to bear. John, and you had a little bit of you've had some round with cancer too, right?
Yeah, it'd be 6 years ago, November 4th, I was diagnosed, and I had throat cancer, of all things. Matter of fact, when the doctor told me I had throat cancer, I just laughed. What else?
Yeah.
Of course, I've learned now not to say what else.
Right.
But I had tumors. I had tumor in each one of my tonsils, and I had 35 rounds of radiation and 8 treatments of chemotherapy. And if you've never been through it or don't know someone who has, it's the worst thing. Chemotherapy is the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. And the chemo wasn't bad. The body trying to get rid of the poison was horrible.
Right, yeah. And
because that's basically what it is. They're putting this poison in your body to try and get rid of this cancer. But it was pretty tough. But God was faithful to see me through it, and being able to retain my voice and still sing, and so
right.
It's good.
Yeah, and I think you've got beautiful stories there to show and encourage others, that are going through something that at first, and we know, I've had family members, with cancer, and I, hate it and pray there'll be a day that someone will say, what is it? Cancer, what's that? But we're, and they're making, huge, progress, but it just, it's still around. But I think it's encouraging to know that, you can't keep a good man down, right, John?
Well, it's a blessing, the talent that God gives to these men and women who are able to treat these patients like myself and others, and it's pretty incredible. The strides that they've made since I had my treatments are amazing. They used to radiate if you had throat cancer, or head or neck cancer, they'd radiate your whole body, basically. When I was there, they just radiated from my chin to just the top part of my chest. Oh. And now they have it pinpointed. They can actually do radiation treatments to specific points now.
I love that.
And it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. That's very encouraging, and just keep going, making that progress. So let's go back. So you're going to be at Jeffersonville, and this is what that's where I got to actually, we did a little interview before on your bus, and then got to watch the concert, and it was just amazing. And you talk about a spiritual. Right there, you are. It is just the most awesome thing ever in Jeffersonville.
It's the craziest thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's the last thing you'd expect.
I know.
People are going, what is it? What are they talking about? Well, it's at Jeff's Bingo Hall, which is on the back side of the transmission shop, on the back side of the shopping center. We originally Anna G. And she's the one who a huge fan.
Yeah.
Who had me come. She called and wanted me to come play and play for the folks there, and I did. And then they wanted me to come do a Christmas show, and I did. And we've been there like 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's just been the sweetest thing and the sweetest people.
Yeah.
This will be the first year that we'll be there when Anna will not be. She passed away earlier this year.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
So we sure are going to miss her. And I know her friends miss her dearly. She was the ringleader, man. She was the boss.
I love
what
that.
a sweet, sweet lady.
Yeah, but you know what? But what a wonderful honor to keep on going. And she would want that. She'd want you to keep going, keep this tradition.
Yeah. Well, they've been really great to us, and all the ladies that help organize it and put it together are just the sweetest folks, and I'm looking forward to being back there with them, and we'll have a great time.
Yeah, I agree. I look forward to it. I think it's fantastic, and yeah, it was just funny because when I was trying to, my GPS was trying to find where I was supposed to be, I was like, I don't know if I'm in the right place. You know what I mean? And then I realized I am in the right place. And then when the concert started and everybody you got the vibe, it's just such a family. I mean, this is like none other. This is like, and the spiritual and just everybody. This is like a huge part of Christmas.
And people get there early because the girls feed everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just like a Wednesday night church supper with music.
I agree.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
And just an awesome event.
Well, one of my favorites.
People can find out more about it. We can go to johnberry.com and find out about where it's at and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, awesome to get tickets and be a part. Yes, I think when one of my favorites is Your Love Amazes Me, and of course when you started that song on stage, it was just, you could hear a pin drop. It was just absolutely just gorgeous. And I can't imagine, I know that's been played at many weddings. I know that there's many, receptions that has been played at. But I tell you right now, I would give it a close running when you started in with Oh Holy Night.
Yeah.
That just that brought me to tears.
Yeah, it's been a special song, and of course I love singing it, and always have, and it's been one of those songs it's been a career record, actually, I would have to say.
So what gave you the idea to do the Christmas songs? Was this just something because Christmas is near and dear to you, or was that something, or just thought you'd try it?
Well, actually, we did a Christmas show at our church. Robin and I got married in 1988, and that Christmas, our pastor, Fred Rowell, asked if we'd come to the church and do a Christmas program. And it was Robin's home church, and we did, and it was awesome. It went great. It was just me and Robin and her sister-in-law Tracy, and the church pianist Betsy Williams, and it went great. And they invited us to do it again the next year, and then the guys in my band, because I was playing clubs in Athens, Georgia, the guys in my band came and played, and along with Betsy on piano, and then we had I think the third year we had a fiddle player that played in our band, who was also the first chair violinist with the University Symphony.
Oh, wow. And
he brought 10 of his friends with him to play strings. And it was just lovely. And it was Christmas of 93, and we were at the studio doing some work in Nashville, and Robert and I were talking about the Christmas set, the songs we were going to do that year for the show at the church. And our producer, Chuck Howard, overheard our conversation. He said, what Christmas show? What are you talking about? So we told him we'd been doing the show for years, and he said, we ought to record a couple of songs and see what we got. Maybe we can do a Christmas record. And we didn't have anything available till Fanfare, which is in June of 94. Busy. And we were in town for a week, so we went and we scheduled to go in and record 2 songs, O Come Emmanuel and O Holy Night. Well, little did we know that That was on June 8th of 94. What we didn't know is on May 10th of 94, I was going to have brain surgery.
Oh my, John, I did not realize that, or if I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, so the day Your Love Amazes Me was my first #1 record on R&R, Radio and Record Report, I had brain surgery.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a Reader's Digest movie.
Yeah, this is, well, I've been really watching those Hallmark movies. This is...
Yeah, that's what it is.
But you'd be the one that gets the girl at the end, okay? So you got your wife, so you got the girl, right?
There you go. So, but we recorded those 2 songs, and actually Robin, Chuck Howard, he called Robin about 2 weeks before the recording session. He said, during all the uproar about John's surgery, we forgot all about this session. He said, I'll call and cancel it. And Robin said, no, don't cancel it. John needs the distraction. And I did. And so we went ahead and recorded it, and it was so emotional. Record those 2 songs, it was crazy. And we just captured something that you can't make up. It's just one of those things that it just happens, and can't plan. And I think people just felt it. So when they heard the record, and if you play that record this season, that original recording from 1995, the album in 1995, listen and knowing that story, that major surgery was right around that time when we recorded it. Listen for something real frail and fragile in my voice. You'll hear it this time.
Oh wow! So having doing that, and I love your wife. I love that part of saying no, we need to do this. Onward ho! And I love that. That's what spouses. That's what we're here for, to be helpmates and encourage. So I love that. Did it also something you needed from your fans too, the response of how much we've loved that, and just like even when Your Love Amazes Me, was it something that just you felt that warmth, you felt that hug from all of your fans and everybody that loves you? Like, was that something that was a good I guess, or how did you feel about that, I guess?
Well, yeah, it's pretty incredible to have music like that means so much to people and touches their lives. Your Love Amazes Me is one of those songs that, like, you say so many people use in their weddings and stuff. How cool is it to have a song that is used in such a meaningful moment in people's lives,
Oh.
An engagement or a wedding or whatever it might be, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And then turn around and have more Christmas songs that mean so much and, are played at homes, at maybe office parties or in church or gatherings. How, and again there you are again. How wonderful is that feeling?
It's awesome. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And we played Macon. We played Jeffersonville, like, I don't know, 20 years or something. Macon, Georgia, the Grand Opera House in Macon. This is our 28th year coming up.
That's awesome.
And we have families who've been there every single year.
Oh, yeah.
There's one family in particular, I talk about them all the time, that they started coming when their little girls were 4 and 6.
Aww.
And they have a book. They have a book of pictures that we've taken every year.
I love that.
How cool.
And so this year I'll see the book, and I'll sign the pictures that we took last year.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. But that doesn't surprise me. I don't know. I think I could see that tradition with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to know that there's people out there that this is part of their tradition to come to the shows, and that the music is played in their home at Christmas, and I have people tell me it's just not Christmas till your CD goes on. It's pretty awesome.
I agree. So how do you actually how do you spend Christmas, John?
Well, after 20 cities in 23 days, I sleep most of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Santa Claus does his own thing. You just go to sleep.
Yeah. No, this year, I think I don't know if I've got 2 kids. I got 3 kids. 2 are out of town. One lives here in Gallatin, Tennessee, where we are, and then one lives in Atlanta. Our daughter lives in Atlanta with her husband, and one of our other son, he and his wife live in East Texas.
Oh, wow.
And of course, I've got to see them. Our granddaughter lives out there, and so she's 4. She'll be 5 this year. And
what a family.
and then our grandson Isaac, he lives here in Gallatin with us, so he's 3. So.
Well, you're not going to be sleeping then, okay?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I got news for you.
there'll be lots of toys to put together.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah. The night before, that's always. And that's tradition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you know it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and get those batteries. Don't forget the batteries. That's good. Yeah. Well, that's going to be awesome, and that's such a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John, yeah, I know you've been very generous with your time, and we got to get ready to get out of here. But we want to say how much we love your career and your family and the specialty, and I love that you're a huge big deal. But you actually make sure that you take care of the people that matter and what matters to you. I love that.
Well, I appreciate it very much. I sure love getting to do it. I hope folks will come be with us in Jeffersonville, and just go to my website, johnberry.com, and find out more about where you can get tickets and where and how to find us, and we'll have a great time. It'll be a great night.
Absolutely. Well, I'm planning on coming, so I can't wait, John. So,
Awesome.
Get ready. We're excited about it too. So, thank you so much, and you have the best day ever. Okay.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
You too. Thanks, John. Bye-bye. John Berry. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What a very humble
He's
guy.
he's awesome. And this, he could go anywhere he wants to go, and which he does, but
Sure.
but to do this, it's just really cool. Very cool. Very special. I can't get that across. I'm just like, he's the real deal. So fantastic. I did not know all of the surgeries he's had.
I did not either. How wonderful, though, that he keeps up good spirits and still does what he does, and thank God he still has his voice to be able to sing and be a Christmas tradition for families all over.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Right. No, I'm just talk about encouraging. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So, all right, Jamie, we got to get out of here. But thank you so much for coming in this morning and that of you, all that you guys do for our community and how great you guys are. If anybody would like to know more information,
they can always give us a call. We're there. So
wonderful. All right, let's thank our sponsors.
Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Rose's, Fox Purley Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting.
All right, Jamie, the best day ever.
You too.
It all starts with Papa John's fresh, never frozen original dough, hand stretched into an extra.
Overlooked by the Radio Hall of Fame, but number 1 in your hearts. The Rick and Bubba Show.
That's right, baby. Thanks for being with us today. 6 minutes past from the Big Boy Studio. Now on the bleeding edge of technology, we come to you all from Sweet Home, Alabama. It goes out to the rest of the world, both live and archived on various platforms. Find them all at Rick and Bubba, spell out the word and.com. Speedy Greg Adler here. Say hello and back from the sick bed, Bill Bubba Bussey.
Glad to be here.
How you feeling?
So far, so good.
So good?
Yeah, hanging in there. Got a few squirrels in the attic, but we'll be all right.
So how much better do you feel than your worst moment over the weekend?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah. Isn't it a great feeling when you finally start feeling like yourself again?
Yeah. I mean, Sunday, I was like, will I ever... Well, you start thinking, am I going to die?
Right.
You know, really. I mean, you think, will I ever get out of the bed ever again?
Ever again. So, Speedy, scroll down on the text. So,
Sure.
You remember when we were talking to Greg Leg, and he said for some reason we couldn't hear him? He actually sent us a text, and I didn't know about this. There it is. Okay. So he says, for some reason y'all couldn't hear me. I want to see if you guys have heard about the SEC referee scandal, how they're trying to change the outcome of football games, saying it's quite obvious in some games
That's what I was going to ask, but y'all couldn't hear me. He said maybe y'all want to read the internet. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I don't want to catch that one, Greg and Ron. I have not heard anything about that.
I know when a call goes against your team.
It's just typical fandom.
It's just hard to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some calls that are bad and missed. We got that. And we can go back and look at them. But
I
would say this, the referees that I know personally.
How many do you know?
4 or 5.
Okay.
Are some of the most honest, top shelf guys I know.
Now you never had your picture made like them in their uniform next to you, I hope.
No. I don't want to bring out the hate mail.
There you go.
But
right, yeah.
But I think they strive for professionalism, and they know that they're under the microscope more than ever, and they want to get it right. But some of the calls they have to make at the speed of the game now is incredible.
Right.
And most of the time when they go back and review it, they're probably pretty close. It
looks like a lot of this that he's talking about after going to the internet, like he suggested.
Are you reading it?
Is from message boards.
Well, that's always reliable.
It must be real.
Now Shane Beamer, he called the SEC head of officiating after Saturday, the September loss to LSU. With some complaints, but I'm sitting here looking through some of the message boards, and I don't see like official stories like there's, an official investigation or something. I think people are calling for one.
So, Greg, it looks like message boards only. So, I haven't heard anything.
That's just a quick look at the internet.
So now he claims they're trying to change the outcome of the game. And
that's what he's saying. Yeah.
For what reason?
And how do you have an opportunity to? Yeah, come on.
A lot of money up in there.
But now Bubba's called that they have rigged 7-game playoff systems.
Well, no, that's not the referees or the umpires. That's a higher level rig.
Different Illuminati.
Yeah, that's just everybody going, look, guys, it's better if we carry this to 7. You win yours at home, I'll win mine at home. We'll play 7 on the field and see who wins.
Everybody knows that's different.
I mean, that's just everybody knows that.
Now, by the way, let me first of all say.
And when somebody gets on them in the media about it, watch, that series will go 4-0.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
5 games, gone.
Yep.
Changing outcome.
Bubba's been following this. He's got a huge amount of evidence on this.
Sure.
Watching, I don't, this is not me talking about that scandal. Because I don't know anything about that scandal.
No, I don't know about that.
Now, it was raised. I was raised up saying that these were part-time job people that were trying to cost my dad a full-time job. He said that over and over, and even told one of his friends from college that he liked him until he put the uniform on, and once he put on the refereing outfit, he hated him.
That's funny.
But anyway, I will say this. This is not about this. Now, there's no doubt, we've all seen what's called in like smaller time football and stuff like that, home cooking.
Yeah.
Back in the early days before there was so much officiating, when sometimes the guy on the field where you were playing on the road, if you looked, his penalty flag was actually an oil rag from where he worked over over at the filling station. He loves the team you're playing.
Yeah.
And you would get some calls in those games that were kind of like, well, that looks like
if you ever see the referee like pat one of the home team players on the back after they score a touchdown, you think, wait a minute, what's he doing?
Did you see go to the NFL in officiating? Mahomes was mic'd up, or Mike caught him. He was asking Whitehat if he could give him a heads up if somebody was coming, and he couldn't see him.
That's funny. That is funny.
Well, hey, can you give me a heads up if somebody's coming?
You know how you have these moments.
I'd answer that too.
And again, this was out in that world that we're talking about. And by the way, some people said they really enjoyed that. When you go into the world of there are no rules, and we're talking about junior varsity football, or this kind of world where you go out there, nobody cares about it. There's no rules of any kind. And is this it right here?
Yeah, Adler actually had it pulled up. I didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
New starter for the Broncos comes from the Dolphins. Gain of 2, flag thrown on the play.
Can you let me know when he gets close?
Yes, Patrick.
Can you let me know if he gets close?
Yeah. Can you let me know when the guy's close? Come on.
That's funny.
But
watch out!
He knew. I mean, he was joking, but he knew by saying that to give him a handle.
But I remember I was in one of these helping coach in this world where there's no rules, no regulations. And we're just thankful the officials came. Yeah. And we were playing on the road, and we got down inside the red zone, and to score is to win. Okay, and we score, flag on the play. We come back, we score again, flag on the play. And I just finally said, "Time out." I said, "So we're not going to score, are we?" And I just looked at it. I said, "So every time we score, you're going to bring it back till we don't score." And the guy just sat there and looked at me, and of course he wouldn't admit it. And sure enough, we got
he didn't get 15 on top.
Every single time we scored, they would drop a flag and call holding, and then the one time that we didn't score, that was the end of the game. So, and you just kind of go, "This is not going to happen." But again, that's not the SEC. I mean, different. That's playing in the wrong county on the wrong night, and they don't want their team to lose, and they can say something about it, so they're not going to. And there's we've seen some things in sport that we would not have ever thought was real when it involves that kind of money and all that kind of stuff. So
it's right. That's having a Hawkeye, on that situation or having people watch over it probably helps to keep it in line.
Yeah. And somebody said what Mahomes was talking about is he said this is kind of like receivers can ask if they're on the line. What he was asking the official is actually allowed. If you don't see my guys lined up right, let me know.
So he was talking about linemen, not the defenders coming together.
He's talking about his own line.
Interesting.
Let me ask you this too. What is the absolute rule? I see a lot of the wideouts. They'll ask the line judge if they're in line, and do they say yay or nay? I see them asking it all the time.
Yeah, they do.
And they let them tell them that?
Absolutely. Because it's hard to tell when you're out there.
Right, right. He's got a better view of the line.
Now, what I have seen is receivers get flagged for not asking, and then are lined up, offside.
Right, right.
And or asking and not moving.
I told you I saw, and I can't remember which game it was. I watched several over the weekend laying on the couch, but about the lineman not being on the line far enough, like a tackle will get back, expecting a pass rush, trying to get, and they called him on it where they all do that to some degree. I think they give you like to the belt or something of the guard, but boy, I was like, wow, that was a little nitpicky.
Yeah, I don't know that you could be heady enough to do this as a defensive lineman, but I'm always looking for angles. And I'm watching, and I realize that the official will always call holding on the offensive line if he takes you to the ground. So because they hold on every play by the letter of the law.
Yeah, you just have to hold internally, not externally.
And they teach them to grab you on the sternum of your shoulder pads and just don't get out here.
Yeah.
But if they take you even down by that, they call it.
Right.
So I think if I looked and I realized that we were beat, I think I would just take the offensive lineman and fall to the ground. and I think they'd call it. I think they call it.
And the other thing, if you're being held while you're pursuing the quarterback, throw your hands up.
Yes.
That always gets their attention.
Yeah.
You know what I don't think they teach enough? I think they ought to teach, like, the defense, if there's a fumble, everybody say it's our ball right away and just start running off the field. I think you get more calls.
We'll be right back. More Rick and Bubba coming up right after this.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Our friends at Tax Network USA tell us if you owe back taxes, don't gamble with the IRS. It's a no-win. You need Tax Network USA on your side. Their attorneys and expert negotiators employ aggressive strategies to help settle your IRS issues quickly and in your favor, even if you haven't filed in a few years. They've helped resolve over $1 billion in tax debt for people just like you. Talk with one of their strategists for free. Call 1-800-780-8888 or go to tnusa.com/big box. So let me guess, your medicine cabinet's crammed with stuff that doesn't work. You still can't sleep, you still hurt, you're still stressed out. Well, clear out the cabinets and reset your health with CB Distillery. CB Distillery's targeted formulations are made from the highest quality clean ingredients, and with over 2 million customers and a solid 100% money-back guarantee, CB Distillery is the source to trust. Get 20% off today at cbdistillery.com with the code BIGBOX, cbdistillery.com code BIGBOX, or rickandbubba.com under the sponsors.
The Man Church Conferences are coming in 2025. Inspiring speakers, powerful worship, great fellowship, and incredible resources designed for men's discipleship. Tickets are on sale now for Birmingham, Panama City, and Atlanta. Get your tickets and all the details now at themanchurch.com. Disciple men. Change everything.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, MediShare members like it. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And MediShare is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee, so you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is November 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
At Boot Barn, we believe the cowboy boot is more than utilitarian. It's a symbol of the West, handcrafted with centuries of heritage in every stitch. It's not just a cowboy boot, it's a work of art. Since the 1960s, Dan Post has been offering premium quality, created with innovative artisanal methods that echo the legacy of the West, because upholding tradition and heritage is second to none. Dan Post at Boot Barn.
Hey, did you know you can join AMAC today for only $1? That's right, $1 for 1 year membership. I want to encourage you to visit amac.us/bigvox and join today with this limited time offer. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, works to advocate for the values that matter most to Americans. Becoming an AMAC member gives you access to free advice on Social Security and Medicare. Plus, members enjoy exclusive money-saving discounts on travel, hotels, insurance, and more. Join today by visiting amac.us/bigbox.
Rick and Bubba's in Ohio!
Rick and Bubba. Pass the gravy, please. Rick and Bubba. Ooh, it brings me to my knees. Rick and Bubba. I can't start another. Rick and Bubba. Day without 'em, brother. Rick and Bubba.
21 minutes past the hour. The Rick and Bubba Show. We're back. Thank you for being with us today. We'll get some more of your phone calls in at 866-WE-BE-BIG. We do have an update on a story we've already brought you. Now, the kickoff hour hit you with this, but that's been a while ago now. I want to be sure you know this.
It's a Rick and Bubba news.
Story we've already brought you.
It's a Rick and Bubba news.
Everybody say.
It's a Rick and Bubba news update.
Bubba, you remember the 43 monkeys that broke loose?
Oh, yeah.
From Alpha Genesis in South Carolina. 43 monkeys escaped. 25 have been caught. But that's not 43.
Yep.
We have 25 of the 43 monkeys back.
The smarter ones?
Yes. So
they don't want to go
the
back
ones that are
in
eluding capture?
No. So that's...
Go back in cage, let them test mascara on you.
Yeah, they said the 25.
Dress you up every day.
No, that's
See
terrible.
how it affects you.
25.
Ride a dog.
But no, this is, Greg, to your point, is this not a very ironic headline? Considered what these monkeys are in store for. Here's the line. Good news, the 25 recaptured monkeys are in good health.
Yeah.
Well, not for long. Not for long. But isn't it funny? So we can get them back. But they're still around.
They got some teeth.
Says the town's 2,200 residents have still been asked to keep their doors and windows closed, and anyone who spots the monkeys are warned against approaching these skittish animals and are asked to instead call 911. So,
does anybody find one and keep one?
Oh no, I'll promise you, there's some idiots out there that do that.
Yeah.
You can count on that.
Yeah.
Look at them in the wild.
They say they're acting up right outside the fence line on one of them.
Oh, really?
You know they don't want to go back.
No.
You know what? That's not a bad life for them right there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, of course, they're probably full of disease, but I mean,
no telling what's been done.
There's no
telling what they carry.
Let me tell you that now.
Does this scream Wuhan just a little bit?
Right. Does
it
does?
Well,
they claim they were too young to be. They were
Yeah.
just getting raised to the age.
Correct.
That they will
That's
be
correct. They
tested.
had not been used yet.
Well, that
what
sounds as
what
good
else
as
you gonna
anything.
say? What else you gonna say?
I
I'm
agree.
just saying.
Yeah.
Well, the original story.
I'll tell you what. Here it is. Hey, there's 18 monkeys on the loose. Somebody's got to do something. 25 is not 43.
So if they stay out in the wild, what happens to them here in the U.S. because they're not native to North America? Is it too cold here in the winter for them?
It's a good question. South Carolina is a relatively mild climate, but it does get cold. But it does get cold.
Yeah.
Where are they from? Anybody know where they're from? What's their nation of origin?
Yamasee.
They look like I see them in India a lot. These
I think you're right.
around the temples and all.
Is that the ones that
You're
go
the
start
expert.
robbing, pulling stuff away?
They're people's ancestors.
Why are you asking us?
Oh wait, Yamasee's the town in South Carolina. That's not the kind of monkey.
Right.
No,
It's known for its monkeys.
I don't think this monkey is native to South Carolina. I gotta go.
What's the bag limit on them? Do you know?
Well, let me tell you, the reason why this story is still going is because it's in South Carolina, not Alabama.
Right.
If this was an Alabama story, the monkeys might be found, but they would not be able to report them to be in good health.
No.
There's about 6 to 9 subspecies of the rhesus monkey, and it's not spelled like the candy. I'm probably saying it wrong.
No, you're right.
RHESUS, and they're Chinese derived and Indian derived.
Yes, they are.
So they're an old world monkey. Ooh.
Real hot in India, real hot. So, so hot.
I think the ones they train to climb trees and pick coconuts. Is it? Remember them?
Probably.
The story on
Now they're often
they throw them at people sometimes.
Yeah, they're often confused with the capuchin. Now
the capuchin is what was riding the dog at our old
right. Well, a capuchin
Is
is
that what it
actually
was?
they're actually helpful to people. They can until of course they turn on you, but they're the ones that help out people in their homes and become comfort animals and your little assistant.
Yeah, we had a couple of them come by.
Now, what was the one that got loose
Capuchin.
at Gulf Shores?
That was a capuchin.
That was capuchin.
Well, he was
He was
a help.
extremely friendly.
Yeah, now he was friendly. You got to give him that.
I think he took.
And he had a grip to beat the band.
He took the call to help to another place.
Yeah, he really did.
We didn't. That's not.
Or the call to love, I guess.
Well, there's no question about that.
Here's
I'm not
your
sure it was
different
love.
kinds of monkeys.
I'm not sure it was love.
Spider.
Yeah,
It
that was lust.
Okay.
There's the old capuchin. The capuchin, he was the one riding the dog, and he had a little jockey uniform on.
Yeah.
But really, if I'm not mistaken, it was the capuchin in the Outbreak movie, right? It was.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was.
Oh yeah.
They're what I call the organ grinder monkey.
Hey, go back.
I like
to
them
that.
howlers.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, you've been to the zoo and heard them go off.
Oh my goodness, the howler monkey.
I mean,
and
they love it.
Why do you think they do that?
Yeah.
You can hear them when you're in the parking lot.
The Regis monkey to me is the scariest one.
Which
he
one?
looks like he means business. You know
you
what I
say
mean?
Regis?
Yeah. He
Well,
did.
how do you say
You're
it?
talking about the one that's out right now in South Carolina?
Put it back
Reese's.
up.
All right, go back up.
Reese's.
Reese's. Yeah, Reese's.
That Regis one.
Well,
Especially when he hosted that show.
No G anywhere
look at
in
the
there.
teeth
let me
on the
tell you.
Regis.
Let me tell you.
I loved him to be a millionaire.
I'm gonna throw my cough syrup at you.
I don't mind the Regis. I don't mind the Regis monkey as much as I don't like the Kathy Lee one.
Man, those some teeth on that boy.
My goodness, the teeth, the chompers.
Yeah, that's the one that's out in South Carolina right now.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That was
18 of them still going.
And they probably, I hate to bring this up, but I would think their gun season's about to start for white-tailed deer if it hadn't already started.
You're right. I bet bow season's already rolling.
When's monkey season?
They said, as y'all said, they are seeing.
That'll go.
They seem to be near the research fence line, as Speedy said, and they bed down in the trees for a night. Well, why don't they just go get them?
Not a lot of food sources out there, so that's how they're enticing them with food. And,
right. Well, that's how you catch Bubba and me too.
Yeah. Did they go for the old banana on the end of the fishing line?
I heard they call them up, going, "Here, Regis."
Put a banana on a fishing pole. So, by the way, I don't like this right here, guys, and I know y'all know this in the area. The Alpha Genesis facility has 5,000 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Different
of
varieties.
It's a lot of monkeys.
Different varieties. That's too many monkeys near me.
How about one more fence?
No. Mm-mm.
How about the DA that left the door
Yeah,
unlocked?
you fed them and left it
You
open.
can't. They can work on
Well,
the
it
door
goes
handle.
It goes back
You
to
got to
what,
lock them in padlock.
It goes back to what I said before. Think about everything that you experience right now where there's service and somebody's been given a responsibility. Okay?
Yeah, it's not very good.
We know the quality of people has gone way down. And that's no big deal if it's something as simple as, there's a grocery cart in the way. But when it comes to I'm the one in charge of the monkeys to be sure everything's locked, well, I got to have that person. That person got to be a hoss.
Yeah.
It
really does.
Yeah, people that are in charge of making sure wild animals don't come after those of us in the neighborhood, that's got to be another level of excellence.
Yep.
Yeah. They got a really important job.
I heard
Bubba, next thing you know, the snake person's.
No, I know.
Yes. I heard that they were asking the monkeys to come back, and the monkeys actually commented. Here it is if you guys want.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's alarming. That's slightly alarming.
It is.
No.
So
monkey rode up on a horse talking. That scared me to death.
How long? If they don't get the other 18 in, how long till there's some human-monkey interaction that goes back?
Oh yeah.
Depends on when hunting season starts. Right. We need to check that for South Carolina.
What if you're the game warden for that county and you're like, I don't have this on my list?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this. Bottom of the hour. We'll be right back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
I asked our friends at Tax Network USA about the IRS crackdown that everybody's talking about. Their advice: if you owe back taxes, don't gamble with the IRS. That's a no-win. That's why you need Tax Network USA on your side. Their attorneys and expert negotiators employ aggressive strategies to help settle your IRS issues quickly and in your favor. Even if you haven't filed in 1, 5, or 10 years, what gives Tax Network USA the edge? Their preferred direct line to the IRS and their knowledge about which agents to talk to and which ones to avoid. Now, they're not going to back down until they secure the best settlement for you, which could save you thousands. That's how they've helped resolve over $1 billion in tax debt for people just like you. Don't wait until the IRS closes in. Give Tax Network USA a call. It's free to talk to one of their strategists. 1-800-780-8888 or go to tnusa.com/bigbox or the link at rickandbubba.com under the sponsors button. There's nothing more frustrating than when an everyday item that you depend on doesn't work. You know what doesn't cause that kind of fuss? Raycon's best-selling everyday earbuds. Raycon's everyday earbuds are made to make your everyday a little easier. Every time they update the product, they add new features to make them even more easy to use, like 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. And they're available in a variety of vibrant new colors. That sounds good to me. But Raycons sound even better. Seriously, the quality on these guys rivals some of the biggest names in premium audio, and Raycon offers a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you need to make a return, that's pretty dang easy too. Stop the fuss. Go to buyraycon.com/bigbox today and get 20 to 50% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 50% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/bigbox or use the link at rickandbubba.com.
Oh, look, honey, the ants are back.
Wow, we leave one itsy-bitsy speck of food out and they appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe we used to try to get rid of these guys. Now they're just part of the family.
To be honest, I liked our family the way it was before they came.
I guess it's time to call Cooks.
You don't have to live with pests. Get proven protection from Cook's Pest Control. Call or go online for a free quote.
Pest Control. Here's an amazing deal. The standard MyPillow retails for $49.98, but for a limited time, how about this? You receive one for only $14.98. Queens are $18.98 and Kings $19.98. Now, there's a limit of 10 on this offer, and the MyPillow is made with patented adjustable feel, so it adjusts your exact individual needs regardless of your sleep position and holds its shape all night long so you get the best sleep. Go to mypillow.com/bigbox to enjoy savings plus orders over $75. Get free shipping. Also, find a link at rickandbubba.com under the sponsors. When it comes to protecting your home and family, it's always better to try to stop trouble before it ever has a chance to start. That's why Simply Safe is changing the game with their new Active Guard outdoor protection. Now, it offers a double layer of defense, cutting-edge AI, plus real-time monitoring by Simply Safe's live security agents. Now, look, to keep intruders out and prevent crime before it happens, somebody suspicious steps on the property, Simply Safe agents are on it immediately, and they see and talk, even call the police if needed to get you help fast. They'll set off sirens, spotlights come on. Other systems only react after the break-in. Simply Safe combines live monitoring and proactive protection both outside and inside the home. And right now you can save up to 50% on a new system with a select professional monitoring plan. Go to simplysafe.com/bigbox to grab your 50% off today. That's simplysafe.com/bigbox to save 50%. There's a link at rickandbubba.com too. There's no safe like Simply Safe. We all have two ages, our true age and our biological age. Our bio age suggests how healthy or unhealthy we are inside. You want your bio age years younger than your true age. Let me tell you how Field of Greens is helping me do that. I love this stuff. I definitely feel better taking it. Field of Greens is an organic superfood fruit and vegetable drink. And listen to this. Field of Greens was approved for a university study that doctors believe may lower your body's biological age. That generally means better health. Each fruit and veggie in Field of Greens was selected by doctors to support vital body functions like heart, liver, kidneys, metabolism, your immune system.